If you don't understand what you're eating, you're never gonna understand how to change it. Should you track macros? I don't know. Should you? That's what we're gonna learn today. My name is Whitney Taylor. I own a company called Strength and Light. Essentially, what I do right now is one-on-one coaching for women specifically in the endurance space. We work on nutrition, and when I say endurance space, it is for women in the endurance space, but it's really just for women that love to be active and that go out and push it hard in the gym or push it hard out on the trails or the road. I work with women to really hone in on what is working for them, what's not working for them, to change their body composition and find that body that they really want. I also have gone through a lot of hormone issues, and so I work with women that struggle with burnout or that are teetering that line of just like you're dragging ass and you're pushing your body so hard and you're doing everything, you just can't see those results. That's the woman I work with. And I was that woman. I have come out of that, and I am just here more as a mentor and guiding women in the right direction so that they can truly have that body change that they're looking for. So that's what I do with Strength and Light. I also use it as a platform to educate women. So I want to share with you the number one thing that we need to talk about which is just macros in general, because macros was where I started my journey and where I learned how to change my body. And I want to show you just quickly what we will get to at the end if you follow along with me. So right here is when I wasn't tracking macros. I knew nothing about macros. I honestly just ran, and I thought that eating veggies was the way to go. So I would eat a lot of veggies and I would run. And I weighed 93 pounds and it was fine. And then I learned what macronutrients were. I learned what lifting weights could do. And then this is what happened when I started tracking macros. It's incredible. It blew my mind, and that was what triggered me to want to learn more. So I am going to be here educating you guys on the easiest, simplest way to understand macronutrients today. And that's all we're going to talk about, is what macronutrients are and then how that can impact your life, and ultimately the number one secret and tool that I used to transform my body. There are so many videos, there's so much information out there. Like if you were to just Google what are macros, you would get inundated by like there are no words for the amount of information that you would get inundated with. And some of it's good, some of it's not. How do you know? You will find so many calculators, you will find so many courses, you will find so many articles on what is right, and they are all different. And that's the problem. We complicate something that is so freaking simple. And I was in the same boat. When I first heard the word macros, I was like, okay, what? Wait, what's a macro? Is it food? Is it a number? Like, I don't understand. And then you see like somebody will start writing down on a whiteboard, or you start like watching a video, and it's like you divide 4 by 5 to get 2, and then you multiply that, and then you divide that, and then you square the root of that, and then it is ridiculous. And so I was just like, okay, I'm done. I don't understand. I don't want to do this. I'm not going to count macros. I don't get it. Then somebody will tell you, oh, it's just so simple. Download the app and then start entering your macros. Well, what is a macro? I don't understand. What am I entering? Am I entering a food? Am I entering like a number? I don't know what to enter. So what's this app actually going to do? That's what this video is to tell you what a macro is so that you can make the decision on why or why not you should track. What are macronutrients? Oh, hold on. Before we get into what macronutrients are, let's talk about calories. Calories were a thing way back when. I remember my mom was counting calories. I remember when I was counting calories and I didn't even know what a calorie was. Calories. You need to know around an average of how many calories you should be consuming in a day. And what's a calorie? A calorie is your total amount of energy that you need in a day. Straightforward. What are macronutrients? So macronutrients are the 3 sources that make up calories. See, no numbers. We have protein, we have carbs, and we have fat. So we have calories and we have macronutrients. Then right down here, we have our micronutrients. Our micronutrients are our vitamins and minerals. So we usually get that from fruits, plants, veggies, plants. What are the proteins? What are the fats? What are the carbs? The quick and dirty version for you, because that's what this is. Our protein. It is a source to build muscle, to repair broken down muscle, to maintain our bone strength. And it is something that we don't store in our bodies. So we need to eat it every single day. Carbohydrates, energy. Just think energy. Carbohydrates are going to give you the energy you need to do your workouts, to get through your day, to not have these massive crashes, to supply your brain to function well. That's what carbohydrates are. You need them. Regardless of what anything says out there on the internet or any diet that you've done, you need carbohydrates to survive. The last one, fat. Cholesterol, which is fat, is the backbone to all of our hormones. We have fat in every cell of our body. You need fat to feel good. You need fat for your body to operate well. To also helps you absorb more vitamins and minerals so that your hormones are functioning well. I mean, fat is just so critical in your diet, and there are too many people out there that are scared of fat. And I can speak from experience. I have done the low fat thing. I've also done the low carb thing. I've also fucked up my hormones really bad. That's for another story. I will talk about that later on and do a whole video on it. I'm sharing this information with you because I've gone through a lot of this and I want to make it as simple as possible so that you can approach it and really learn from it. Now that we know what macros are, the very basics, the protein, the carbs, and the fat, should you track them? Short answer, yes. If you've never done macro counting before, yes, you need protein, carbs, and fat to sustain your activity, to sustain breathing as a human being. It's all about education, body awareness, and understanding what you're doing. It just needs to be simplified because it really is that simple. And it's going from this was me, little runner girl. I weighed 93 pounds. I was pumping those 5-pound dumbbells at the gym. I was feeling good about myself. I was running maybe 5 to 10 miles a day. Weights scared me. So my 5-pound dumbbells were good. Track macros. I just thought that I need to eat a lot of vegetables. So that's what this one was. And then I learned about macros and I started doing it. And I started going through this process of tracking and then basically manipulating my body to see what I could do. And I ended up with this. Lifting, because I found out the benefits of weightlifting. Started eating more, because I found out the benefits of eating more. And I transformed my body into something that I was really proud of. There's so many benefits of tracking macros, and it's not something you have to do for a lifetime. I am tracking macros because I am training for something and I want to be on top of my game, but I went through 3 or 4 years prior to this without tracking. You can advance in this process. That's what you have to have, this basic foundation. That's what we're building right now. Then you go through this process of anywhere from 3 months, 6 months to you could do it for a year or 2. You gain a very good understanding of what your body needs, what your body likes, and how your body responds. Once you know what foods fuel you well and do well for you and the portion sizes you need to sustain what you're doing, that's when you can stop tracking and you advance to this level where you're just eyeballing stuff. You're eating intuitively. You're eating when you're hungry because you know what foods you need. But you can't get there until you have the basic understanding of the education. And I promised you I was going to share with you the number one tool that I use to help transform my body. Are you ready for it? Understanding it, learning about my body, learning about what food I can eat, learning about how my body responds to food, learning about how my body responds to exercise. Tracking, that is how you're going to get muscle or feel toned. You need to understand what you're eating and what it's doing to your body in order for you to get to that next level. So now that you have that secret, And now that I've answered the question of what macros are at a very basic level, should you track your macros? You may walk away from this and say, nah, I don't want to, I'm good. Or you may want to learn more. In the next video that I'm going to be putting out next week is going to talk about how to track your macros if you are interested in tracking your macros. And this video is not going to be a long, full of equations video. It's like the stupid simple way of how to do it and not feel overwhelmed by it. Because that's what I had to break it down for myself to get through it. So stay tuned. All I got for you today. If you like this video, if you took anything away from it, please like. If you want to learn more, I'm going to be posting videos every single week. So you're going to learn more about macros. You're going to learn about nutrition. I'm going to be doing vlogs. So you're going to get a little insight onto what I've been doing, which is following a program. I have a coach where I'm lifting weights, heavy weights, and I'm training for endurance. I have an Xterra triathlon here in June, and I am loving every single step of the way. So if you want to learn about all of this and you want to change your body too, highly recommend subscribing, following along. There's going to be a lot more. You can find me on my Instagram, which I've linked below, and I am just so grateful that you're here today. So thank you guys so much. I've said so a million times in the video. I hope you have a great day. Bye. Tracking macros. Should you do it? I don't know. Should you? That's what we're going to talk about today. My camera fell because I got a sick setup and I didn't